I would definitely say its worst was probably anywhere from 2 years ago leading up to sometime recently. Um, Life was miserable. That's the best way to put it. I didn't enjoy doing things anymore. I still did them, but I didn't enjoy it. I knew the pain that I was about to experience when I went about my daily activities. Bending was awful. I often was lazy about what I chose to get from under the cabinets because I knew I had to bend to get it. Going upstairs was misery. Um, Sitting for long periods of time. I work a desk job, so I have to sit. Um, Sitting, sleeping. Um, it was just miserable. I've basically had to alter everything I do in my life to go around my pain, my joint pain. I purchased a new bed, an adjustable bed. I just always remember those commercials from when I was a kid. The old people would be in their beds and they'd have to adjust it up. And now I have an adjustable bed. Best thing I ever did. But I didn't know I would have to buy an adjustable bed, a particular mattress, a different type of pillow, all to manage the joint pain that I had in my body, which was everywhere. I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, um, uh, disc degeneration in my neck and my back. I have scoliosis. I've been in multiple car crashes. Life stressors and all of this just kind of came down on me at one time. I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't prepared. I didn't understand how bad existing could be, especially when you have to continue. You have to work. You have to get things done. It was pretty miserable for a while. Um, wasn't enjoying it. It is getting better, but I don't wish that kind of pain on anyone. Before GLX3, I tried multiple things. The doctor prescribed me anti inflammatories, I was prescribed steroids, I was prescribed muscle relaxers. So I've tried all of those things. I didn't like the way they made me feel and ultimately stopped. I also tried, normal fish oil. I've tried krill oil. I've used to make drinks that had ginger, turmeric, black pepper um, in them for inflammation. I've purchased curcumin, um, took ginger supplements, did everything I could and researched everything I could about inflammation reduction. So I feel like I tried a lot before trying GLX3. Well, after being on GLX3, I'll say for about a month, I started noticing the difference. I was less tense every day. I have really tense muscles, ligaments, joints, everything is just feels stuck. But after about a month, I started noticing it was a little less tense, I felt a little less stuck. Um, so I'll say that's within my first month. My range of motion improved, and I definitely noticed that it didn't hurt to walk upstairs anymore or to bend over, which actually jump started me back into fitness where I used to be. One of the reasons I stopped was because everything just hurt. And it hurt even more after working out. So I noticed a big change in how I felt. My inflammation levels were down. My range of motion improved. And I just felt overall better every day. And it felt like it was getting better and better as the weeks progressed. Well, I'll say that my family noticed that I wanted to move more and I was interested in doing a lot more. They heard me talk about how good I felt, how loose I felt. I guess that's a better term. I felt loose and I felt agile, and you know, it just felt good, and they noticed that. I was really excited when I went to my massage therapist, who she practices like Chinese medicine, and that type of thing. And she told me that I was not tense, which was actually strange because I was like, no way, I'm like the tensest person you could ever massage. And she was like, no, you're not. And it was a change because that's who I used to be. I used to give massage therapists a run for their money when they try to massage on my muscles because they just didn't move. They were just so tense and so stuck and so tight that I know they wish they didn't have me as a client because they had to put in so much more work. And now that I went this time and she said, you're not, I was excited because I still thought I was. Of course, there's still lingering pain and still lingering tension, but I had really improved. And the fact that she noticed it made me so happy. I can honestly say that I am happy that I found GLX3. I was skeptical. I saw a lot of ads about it. I saw a bunch of people who I felt didn't look like me. More so like we're in different age brackets. So, they must have more ailments than I do. So I was like, maybe that worked for them. It won't work for me. But I can honestly say, I feel, I'll say, at least 50% better. I feel loose. My range of motion has improved. I feel so much better than I did, 6 months ago. Um, I feel like I can do things. Like I can play with my kids and I can bend down and pick up that thing that dropped. My inflammation levels have definitely reduced. My joint pain is, I'm not going to say it's gone, but it's barely there. Walking upstairs is no task anymore. I can run up the stairs. I can run up the stairs with a weight vest on. So it's drastically improved my mobility for sure. I used to have this lingering pain down my left side of down my left side into my buttocks, down my leg from where I tore a piriformis muscle years ago. And the tension on my muscles just didn't help it out. So I can tell that that has reduced and I barely feel it anymore. Whereas before I couldn't sit for long times because the tension from my muscles on it was, it just was bad overall. So it's like a godsend to have found this product when so many others didn't work. You know, so I can honestly say it's impacted my life in such a positive way, and I want other people to understand how great this product is.